If I waited on folk to come to my rescue, if I waited on you, I wouldn't be where I am. But I trust in the Lord. Some folk trust in chariots and others trust in horses. But when Wachovia said they wouldn't underwrite it, when Bank of America said I didn't qualify for the loan, the Lord said, because you've been faithful, because you've been a tither, you've been a good steward, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to pour you out a blessing. Come on, I'm dropping it like it's hot tonight. Come on here. You all need to come out the club and come over here now. You want to shake a little bit, we shake it up in here. Because when I think on the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, go to 5 people and say, neighbor, it's already done. They left him. They left Joseph in prison and they forgot him for 2 years. How did he make it? Joseph said, I shouldn't have made it. But Joseph put his trust in the God of his salvation. And he realized that God had something for him. And I've stopped by to tell somebody in my conclusion that the Lord is my shepherd. I've stopped by to tell somebody what I was going to preach, I can't do it now. I've come to tell somebody I was young, but now I'm old. I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging for bread. If I was hungry, I wouldn't tell you. If I was clothesless, I wouldn't tell you. But I know somebody that told me that he's able, preach Brian Mosley, he's able to do exceedingly. After 12 years, I know what he can do when they don't want you to have it. When they block you and stop you, God is greater than your opposition. He's your omnipotence. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above what? Start leaping and say, ow! Wow! Somebody put them hands together and praise him. Can I get 10 people run down here and start dancing? Yes, sir. Hey! Yeah! Put them hands together and praise him. And look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, if you ask Joseph, he would tell you, you meant it for evil, but God had my best interest Yes, he does. I'm not worried. I said, I'm not afraid. He walks with me. And he talks with me. Tell me to be quiet. Yes, I am. I'm his child. He's Jehovah Rapha. He's my healer. Is there anyone here that can testify that God is a healer? He healed your mother-in-law. He'll heal your father-in-law. Is there anybody here when you were put out, God opened the door? Is there anybody here that he fills you with the Holy Ghost? Do you know that God can save you no matter what you've done, no matter who you've been with? Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't gonna let me coast tonight. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I gotta tell it. Everywhere I go, he put shoes on my black feet. He put shoes on my Latino feet. He put shoes on my white feet. He put shoes on my pink feet. Somebody help me here. Can God furnish a table? He don't need American Express. He don't need the association. If no one else will help you, how many know he's your helper? Get out of your seat, shake somebody's hand, and say, neighbor, all these years, he's been my help. Woo! Yes, he is. Y'all ain't right. You won't even let a man preach or teach. Say, neighbor, I gotta tell it. Everywhere I go, I'm enlarging. I'm expanding. My mind is stretching. I'm gonna make some big steps. I'm going where I haven't gone. I'm gonna become what I am. I have the potential. I'm gonna get some of y'all later on. Y'all got me way out here on this ocean. Lord have mercy. But I have the potential of becoming everything that God has for me. So look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, there's some folk that have been laughing. It's funny to them that I'm still confessing that God is a miracle worker. See, they haven't seen anything lately. See, every time I come in church, they're hunting folk. Talking about, here he comes now. I've been the butt of jokes. Come on, somebody. But they don't know. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, by the way, what's so funny? You know what Jesus did to those folk that were laughing? He put them out. Now that's another sermon there. If y'all preach it before I do, then I do. What's so funny? Well, I'm going to tell you what's funny. First of all, they said I wouldn't make it. You laughed about it. But I want to tell you what's funny. I made it. That's what's funny. When you thought that I wasn't going to get better, everyone laughed about it. You thought it was funny. But let me tell you what's funny. I came out of it with my hands up.